Hello, people. Um, it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. I'm just out in America at the moment, and I'm really struggling at the moment, and I want to share it with people. I was laying in bed and I thought, you know what, I can't just leave this anymore. I need to speak about it. I need to get it off my chest. I haven't slept properly in months. I'm an absolute mess, and what I'm about to tell you, I'm not doing this maliciously. This is not something that I'm doing out of malice or something horrible, or I'm not trying to bully anybody or anything like that. This is something that I need to share because I cannot have somebody else go through what I'm going through right now. This is a mental torture. So yeah, I just want to share this with everybody. I'm not even going to mention names or anything, but basically I was with a girl. I was with her for 3 years, and when I first got with her, she had said to me that before she was with me, she'd had cancer, but she'd beaten it, and then after about a year, we broke up for a little bit, and then we got back together, and about 2 weeks into that, she had been diagnosed with cervical cancer. Um, Obviously, to anybody that would be a big blow. It was really upsetting. And she said that she wanted to deal with it all herself. She didn't want me to go to the hospital with her because she felt like it would consume the relationship. I used to beg her to go to the hospital. I used to say I want to share it with her. I could take it. I could do it. But she insisted that I was too mentally weak to go to the hospital. She said I can't be doing with you crying and stuff. So she said that she was going with her grandma. Um, and she also said that obviously she didn't want people to know. She didn't want everybody talking about her business. Didn't want everybody like saying what she's like talking about it manifested, like, because then it would manifest it further, and probably make it worse. And I kind of agreed with that. I thought, okay, if that's the way you want to deal with that, then that's fine. If you want to kind of keep it to yourself, I do understand that. If you I see a lot of the time people obviously are open about their illness, and then they must get bombarded and it must get on top. So I understood that. I really understood that. That was fine. And yeah, this went on for 2 years, and I really thought that she was going to die. It didn't seem to be going away. Every time she'd come back from the hospital, she'd say that it was getting better, but then she'd say it was getting worse. We used to watch like cancer research programs. I can remember one time we watched a cancer research program, and the thing is, my sister, me and my sister, we've got different mums, but her mum was very much a big part of my life, and her mum got leukemia, and she died when I was in my teens, and that to me is pretty much singularly the worst thing that's ever happened to me. That really, really upset me. That, like, even now when I see like an advert about cancer, it will really upset me. And obviously my girlfriend at the time knew this, so but we'd sit and watch cancer research programs, and not only would I be upset anyway because my sister's mum died, bless her, R.I.P. But I was upset because I thought my girlfriend was going to die, and I can remember once I literally broke down crying. I hadn't cried in a long time, and I cried for about 30 minutes, to be honest. And she'd sit there and comfort me and whatever. Now that we're 5 minutes in, I will just cut to the fact that in November I went out to do a tour in America, where I started to realise that she was logged into my social medias. She was deleting messages from girls that were coming through, even though I wasn't responding to these messages. Like, they were just going missing. I could see that they were going missing from my inbox, and she even admitted it, and said that obviously she was doing that and was just kind of losing her head a bit. And I thought, fair enough. Like, you've got cancer, you're sat at home, I'm touring out for a month. I could understand why you'd lose your head, you know what I mean? But then I came home. We used to live in a flat together, and it's weird. It's a weird thing, because I will go back over this in this video. It's going to be a long video, but I don't care, because I need to get this off my chest. But when I got back, I decided I couldn't get home. I couldn't go home because I didn't have my key. Basically, I couldn't find my key anywhere in my bag. It was in my pouch, my house key. Could not find it anywhere. I turned my bag inside out. Couldn't find it. So then my little brother came, picked me up, built me a fat zoo, brought me a Subway, took me to my mum's house. While I was at my mum's house, I had a lot of thinking time, and I thought, I can't be with this girl. Despite the fact that obviously she's ill, like, she would tell me a lot that the arguments we were having were making her more ill, and she was saying even that the doctors were saying that the stress that she was going through was increasing her cancer. So at this point, I was thinking, what should I do? Because at the same time, this girl is very suicidal as well. She's always prone to committing suicide, saying that she's going to take her own life and stuff like that. And I was very worried. I thought, I can't really leave someone who is got cancer and is suicidal as well. But all she'd ever said is that her mum, her family, her friends were not supportive of her illness, weren't willing to help, nobody cared. And I wasn't very close with many of her friends or anything like that, so it's not like I'd ever spoke to them about anything, about her being ill or anything like that. But yeah, I rang one of her friends and said, look, you need to be there for her. She's really ill. And it turns out she didn't. A friend was really shocked, and she says, what do you mean she's ill? And I said, at first I thought, okay, so she's not told these people, she's not told her friends, like, she's actually really kept this, like, really between me and her grandma and her mum. And her friend just said instantly, like, this doesn't really make sense. And to cut a long story short, it turns out she was pretending. For 2 years, she didn't have cancer at all. She wasn't ill. The whole thing was just all made up. And even just talking about it now, even just going over when I first found out, after 2 years of suffering every single day, it's literally sending chills down my spine. I can't even explain how just a mix of like being so upset but very angry. It's like a rage. It's like a rage that I can't even explain because I've exhausted so much time and energy and upset, and I feel like I'm grey hairs from this, man. Like I literally have stressed. I'm a very caring person. Like I really, really invest in people. Like it's like get pins and needles in my arms. I'm holding them so hard. But so so I found out that she was lying. Her friends helped me out, and they found out from. They spoke to her mum, who had not a clue about it. Her mum didn't have any clue about cancer. They rang her grandma. Her grandma had never been to the hospital with her, ever. And yeah, I just said to them, well, get her out of my flat, because the craziest thing is, before I even went on the tour, we'd kind of decided to break up anyway because we weren't getting on. And I told her, like, you've got a month, so you can live in my flat. I'll pay the rent, obviously, I'll pay everything. She was working a bit. She had a part-time job, but she was always taking time off with what I thought was being sick for her cancer, obviously. But I know now that was just taking time off for depression. So I confronted her about it, and the first thing she said to me is, well, Luke, you've seen my radiotherapy marks. And I had seen her radiotherapy marks. These were really bright red, bumpy rashes all over like her stomach and obviously her cervical area. That she used to come home quite regular, say that she was really sore from radiotherapy, and I used to cream her rashes. I used to feel so sorry for her. She'd lay there like this with her hand on her head, like really, really in pain, and I'd cream her radiotherapy marks. I do not know to this day how. Don't have a clue. I don't know how. She must have been self-inflicting that on herself. It's like a horror film. I can't even explain to you how sick it makes me, because I know this person is ill. Like I know that she's ill. Like that's not normal. Other than that, yeah. So I actually went back to my flat that I lived in after she'd moved out. Craziest thing is, I got in, and the pouch that my house key was in, that I literally emptied in the airport, I opened it up, and the key was just there right in front of me. So whether it was God, the universe, whatever it was, that was my time. That was my time to find out. Life wouldn't have let me deal with that anymore, because to be honest, it truly did wreck my whole tour in America. She was logged into all my Instagram and everything. I wasn't doing anything. I'm a very loyal person, never cheated once in the whole relationship. I've since found out she actually cheated on me with 3 different people as well, but minor in comparison is what it is. People are who they are. People, I don't know. So yeah, so now I obviously, one of the first things that was on my mind is that her ex, she told me when she first got with me that she'd had cancer before she was with me. So in my head I'm thinking, she set up the lie. she literally set this lie up. Like, this wasn't even like a, this was planned all along. Um, so I contacted her ex on Instagram, and I just said to him, like, look, I know you're probably not expecting a message from me, but I'm just letting you know, she didn't have cancer. If she told you that she had cancer when she was with you, bro, I don't know if whatever. And he actually said to me that she did exactly the same thing to him, and that he actually was dropping her off at the cancer ward at the QMC, and or City, I'm not sure, QMC City Hospital, I don't know. And she was just walking straight through the cancer ward, just walking through, and someone from the hospital that he knew actually contacted him and said, how come you're actually going, how come you're dropping her off at the cancer ward, because all she does is walk through? And he said, look, she's got cancer, she's got cervical cancer. And they said, no, she hasn't. She doesn't even come into the cancer ward. So yeah, that was that. But then another thing that she also told me is she sat me down, like in the first year we were together, and told me a long, elaborate story about going to London to do a photo shoot and being knocked out and then tied up by some guys in a flat, and then repeatedly raped by 3 different guys for 3 days, to the point where she couldn't, she basically wasn't allowed to go to the toilet and was urinating on herself. She then told me that she took these guys to court, and they went to prison. Also confirmed as a complete lie by her family. Her family said that's never happened. She's never been in London. That's never happened. Never stood up in court. Anything like that. This girl told me that she miscarried my child, and even then it was dodgy. Even my mum said at the time, I can remember my mum denying that she'd had the miscarriage. And obviously I'm probably just a bit silly and didn't really know how miscarriages go. And my mum was like, that's not how it works. And I was so angry that my mum was questioning it. I was like, what do you mean? Of course she's had a miscarriage. She wouldn't lie about a miscarriage, would she? And yeah, she lied about the miscarriage, definitely, as well. That's 100%. I'm not even questioning that for 1 second. But the main reason that I'm doing this video is because I can't literally let this happen again. Like, I'm a good person. I work with kids. I work with young people. I work with a lot of really, really dark situations. Like, there's not much that I haven't witnessed at work. There's not much that I haven't actually had to deal with. Everything from human trafficking, rape, child abuse, everything. I've had to witness it all. I've had to deal with it all. And this girl knew that as well. This girl knew that I literally struggle on a day-to-day basis with the emotional baggage from work anyway. So not only did she know that my sister's mum had died of leukemia, and that was the single worst thing that had ever happened to me, and still did this to me. She also knew that I deal with really deep stuff every day on a day-to-day basis at work, and still made up those lies as well. But I've since found out, which is just because when I found out, I had a mum, a friend, everyone crying on the phone to me. They were so sorry. Everyone couldn't believe she'd done it. I had, like I said, I had everybody just saying, look, Luke, you're a good person. This isn't your fault. You didn't do this. she's very ill, she's mentally ill, she's gonna get help, she's gonna go, she's gonna sort herself out. And I just thought, you know what, I need to move on. And I was very worried. I was very worried. I thought she's gonna end up committing suicide. That is another thing. Like, obviously, I'd never wish for anybody to do that to themselves. Um, and that's it. That literally, I kept it to myself. When I found out that she'd also done it to her ex, that really, really upset me because I thought, one, completely, I do not, I'm not angry with him one bit because everyone deals with these things themselves, and I'm sure that he would have never thought that she would have done it to me as well. But she did, and I've spent 3 years of my life wasted on that. It's not even like when you have a relationship, you come out of a relationship and you have good memories, like there isn't any because everything was all under that lie, and it is deep. Like it's literally deep. Like when I think about the amount of times I cry, the amount of times that like my friends, like I'm so sorry to all my friends for putting you through the amount of stress that I would have been when I was upset. Like I've literally been with my friends crying every day. I don't think there was a day that I didn't cry. It was just such a hard thing to deal with. Your partner dying of cancer, and then to find out after all that exerted energy and all that upset that it was a lie. For what? I do not understand why as well. I can't get my head around why. I literally, it absolutely baffles me. Um, but yeah, like I said, the reason I'm doing this video, um, if anybody's stayed for, I've seen it's 22 minutes long. If anyone's stayed long enough to actually have known this, like basically now I'm hearing from everywhere that she's going around saying that the reason that we split up is because I was abusive, and that she's had to go into a mental home since we split up. Now, I know 100% she hasn't gone in a mental home. To be fair, I would have been happy if she did. I think that would have been the right thing. I think she should have got sectioned and sort her life out before she does this to somebody else. But she hasn't. She just went and lived with her mate, and now just has a new boyfriend and just is just living life like it's normal, like like without a care in the world, telling everybody that I was abusing her, and that's the reason that we split up. And after doing that, so she lied about having cervical cancer for 2 years, putting rashes on her body. She was logged in to all my social medias. Now I've since found out that she was cheating on me, which, like I said, it's not a problem. I don't mind. That's fine. I didn't cheat, so I can hold my head high and everything. That's fine. But to be cheating on me, but also be logged into, like, to hack or log into, however you did it, log into my Instagram and my Facebook and be watching me constantly and making me feel bad, even about just messages that girls are sending me that I'm not replying to, when you're actually sleeping with people behind my back in my house, in my house, in a bedroom where pictures of my nieces and nephews are all over the walls. To also then lie about being gang raped, when there's people out here that have been gang raped. There's people out here that have suffered these things. Like, that affected me so much. When she told me that, I'll admit, like, near the end of the relationship, I think I was very much with her because she had cancer and I didn't want to leave someone who was that ill, and I don't think I loved her anymore, to be honest. When she told me that she'd been gang raped, I was very much in love with this girl, and it really, really, really affected me. That was in the first year we were together, and it absolutely knocked me for six. When someone that you love tells you that they've been through something like that, something that bad as well, being tied up and forced to actually end up pissing on yourself because you can't get out, that's horrible. On top of that, we lived in a house together, and I'm a very lazy guy. Like I literally, if I'm with someone, I'm very trusting. I'll just chuck money at them. What bills? Yeah, bam, bam, bam. Chuck you whatever. I'm literally like that. I can't be asked because I don't like dealing with things myself. I don't like dealing with bills and stuff like that. So I would literally just chuck money at her, and she was saying she was paying the council tax, and it turned out that she was pocketing the money, and I got a red letter from council tax from the house, £1,800 worth of council tax that I'd paid that she hadn't paid. She must have just been, because I don't open letters as well. Like this is a lesson to me. Don't be so lazy and be on top of your game, because I would never expect that to happen, but people are out there that will do this kind of thing to you. So yeah, I took all that money she was just spending. I don't know what she was spending it on. She wasn't spending it on me. £1,800 worth of council tax. So we've got cancer, being gang raped, cheating, logging into all my social medias and literally just ruining my time away. Like I was doing a tour and she was literally on my case, like I hadn't done anything. But classically, cheats, accuse people of cheating. That's just in the nature. But honestly, if she'd have just cheated or something like that, that'd be normal. That'd just be everyday life stuff. You know what I mean? People cheat, you get over it. You know what I mean? But then stealing from me as well, and it's just unbelievable. Honestly, I can't even explain to you. Like, I'm gonna make sure this video is only half an hour, so we've got another 2 minutes and a half. I can't even explain to you the mental effect that this has had on me. Like, at first it wasn't so bad when I just got on with it, and I just was like, oh, she's ill, like she'll just go and do whatever. But now I'm finding out that she still can't stop herself from lying and saying that I have abused her, when I've never ever done anything of the sort. I'm absolutely baffled, and the way I feel, like I said, I've had to get up and do this video. Maybe I'll share it, maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be the reason that she commits suicide or something like that, but you can't hide behind threatening suicide when you're behaving like this. Like, I know now that she's got a new man, and I can't sleep at night thinking that she's going to do this to somebody else, because she will. If you did it to somebody before and then got caught out as well, it's not even like you did it and then had time to, it never got caught and then felt bad about it, so you had chance to not do it again. You actually got caught and then did it again, so you'll do it again. I don't understand how you could even do this to someone. I wouldn't do this to my worst enemy. There's people out there that I absolutely despise, and if they were sat there thinking that someone was going to die and I knew that they weren't going to die, I'd be like, oh, alright mate, like, it's a lie, they're not dying. How you could do that to someone and watch them run around after you, trying to look after you, paying for everything while you sit on your arse, not going to work, and just rinsing money, spending money that you're meant to be paying on council tax, stealing, literally stealing from someone, watching them suffer every single day, watching them really suffer, watching them cry, watching them literally going out their mind, to where I would say this is literally getting to me to the point where I'm feeling like I've had enough of life. Like I can't. I'm literally like on the verge of being suicidal myself. Like, and then, like I said, certain things, cheating, minor, don't matter, minor in comparison. A lot of it's funny because it's like I seen a post on Facebook not that long ago, and it was a picture of a girl, and it was a girl basically saying this girl tells guys she's pregnant and then gets them to give her loads of money. Watch out for her. And it was on, like, it had been shared thousands of times. It's got thousands of likes and stuff. And I thought that is literally nothing up to this. And I haven't even said this person's name because I'm not like that. I'm not out here to ruin people's lives. I'm not out here I'm not malicious. I'm not a malicious person. I haven't got that in me. Like I said, my work role, I'm a support worker. I work with young people in care. Like, I'm a kind of person who is out for people. Anybody that knows me, yeah, I've got a bit of a temper. Yeah, I can be a bit of a nutter sometimes. Yeah, when I was younger, I was a completely different person to what I am now. But I am the kind of person, I don't trouble anybody unless they've troubled me or they're troubling other people. Like, I'm not a bully. I'm not a nasty person at all. I'm a good person, and I just can't understand how someone would do this to me. I'm surprised that I haven't ended up crying through this video, because I've spent, it is what now? It's April now, mid-April. This happened. I found this out back in November, and like I said, for a good while, for months, I kept this to myself. Like, a lot of my friends, a lot of my good friends would see this video and be like, what? I've been around him so much and I don't know this. Because I'm not horrible like that. I wanted her to have another chance at life. I wanted her to be able to restart. I wanted her to be able to get better. I wanted her to sort her life out so that she could not do this to somebody else. But then when I find out that she did it before, so I think she'll do it again. Two, that she's saying that I abused her and she's been in the mental home, when that is 100% lie. She's not done anything. She's literally just gone and moved in with her mate and done nothing but party and drink. I know that she's just at parties and stuff like that. Like, people are telling me they're seeing her at parties, and I'm thinking, you've got time to party. You know, the craziest thing is when I first found out, literally, and it first came out, I blocked her on Instagram, and 2 days later, I did a 48-hour shift. I don't know what that is. I did 48-hour shift at work, like a sleepover. So I did 2 shifts at work. So I went there Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. Finished work at 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning. And sorry, this video's gone way past half an hour, but I don't care. I'm going on. This is like a counselling session with myself. I'm just looking at myself, and it's helping. It is actually helping. Like I said, I don't know if I'll share this video. I think I probably definitely will, though, because I can't have people that going around saying that I'm abusing people either. Like, it's not good for my work and good for my job. Like, I literally, that kind of stuff could ruin my life. You know what I mean? It could ruin my life, and two, I live in Nottingham. It's a place where it's a very small community. Like, I could end up getting beat up by a load of people. I could get rushed, like, for being a woman abuser or something like that. I can't have that going on. But yeah, like I said, when I found out, I'd done a 48-hour shift at work. I blocked her on Instagram. I went home and thought, all right, I went to my flat for the first time ever after that 48-hour shift. I'd been at my mum's since I got back from America, and I walked into a flat full of pots, and the place was just completely mashed up, and her stuff was everywhere. She hadn't moved all her stuff out yet, even though I'd asked for her to be out of there. And I unblocked her on Instagram, and she's just stood in a bathroom, pouting to the side, sticking her arse out, going, while I'm at home on the verge of suicide because I cannot believe what I've been through for 2 years of my life. So now I'm like, I've even tried to be in a relationship since, and I'm not ready. It's not fair. Like this is the thing. I would be. It's not fair on anybody for me to even try and be with them because I'm literally unstable now. Like I have. It's messed me up. It's messed me up so much. Like it's really like it's like a pain here. It's literally. It won't go away. It's this. I need to move on. I need to. Everyone's saying it to me. I need to just forget it and move on. But I literally am struggling so much with it. It's such a hard thing. It's such a hard thing to get my head round. I'm going to though, but I need to get closure. I don't need any closure. I don't know what closure. Maybe this is closure. I don't know. I honestly do not know. But yeah, I just thought I was laying in bed, I could not sleep, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, like. Yeah, honestly. I just feel like 2 years of my life, 3 years, wasted, when really all I want to do is settle down and have kids and get a house. I'm 32 years old. I was 29 when I met her. And I just love to settle down, have kids. Now I feel like I'm not going to be able to do that probably for another 2-3 years. I need to get my brain back together. So that's like 6 years of my life, 5 to 6 years of my life, wasted, absolutely wasted. And I just can't believe someone would do that. Like, obviously it's mental health, but you can't just hide behind mental health constantly. Like, what you've done is quite. I feel like it is quite malicious. I feel like it's kind of pure evil, to be honest. How you could sit there and watch somebody suffer like that, but even after everything you've done, when that person has chose to keep their mouth closed, try and let you go about your life and let you sort your stuff out, and you go and badmouth them to people and spread rumours that could ruin their life even more. Can you imagine if I did get rushed, like because some guys have heard that I was abusing her, or can you imagine if my work found out and I got sacked from the job that I've never had a career that I want to do more than what I do at work. Like youth work is my thing. Like I love it, and I just yeah. So and now you've not done anything. You've gone and got an ex-victim, and really, I'm not bitter. I would love for this girl to be in a relationship and be able to not do that again. And like, I literally don't care. How could you care as a person if someone like that that's done all that to you has got with someone new? Like, I'm not bothered about that. I'm not jealous. I'm not here like, oh God, she's got a new man. I'm genuinely worried for anybody in this world to go through something like that. Like, I wouldn't wish, like I said, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So the fact that within, from November, when it all came out, she had a new man by January, and she did it to the guy she was with before me, I think it's 100% that this is going to happen again. So I just thought I'd share that with people. I think I've covered everything. I'm sorry that I've had to do this, but I've got to cover my own back. I'm not letting people go around talking about me, saying horrible stuff that isn't true. Like I'm a good person. I don't need this. I do not need this, and I'm so glad that I'm just in America right now. So I've had time to process this. I've stopped smoking weed. I haven't drank for over a month now. Like I've had to face all this head on, and it's been the worst, lowest point of my life. I have never, ever, ever felt like this, ever. Like this is definitely depression. This is definitely. I'm not suicidal, so nobody needs to worry. And I just want to say, R.I.P. Harry McCormick as well. Like that was a good friend of mine. Took his own life the other day, and it really put my head in. It literally made me see life a bit different, and I thought, this can't by no means can say it isn't a big thing what's happened to me, but my good old mate Harry taking his own life, it's just made me think that life's bigger than all this, man. Like, and the upset that I felt from that beats the upset that I feel from this any day. All this horrible, horrible stuff that's happened to me, all this, like, literally went, like I said, when I've not done anything, I've literally not even cheated. Like, if I was a horrible, cheating, abusive boyfriend, it still would be a really bad thing, but I've never laid a finger on her, and I never have abused her, and I've never cheated, so the fact that you could do that to somebody, but like I said, I'll leave it there. I don't know whether I'll share this video or not. I'm probably going to send it my mum, see what her opinion is, but it's 40 minutes long, so God knows. Put it on IGTV and upload it to my Facebook. But yeah, anyway, look out for my music. I'm going to have to get my life back in order. I've been training and that. I'm going to come back to the UK, go back to work, get back to the graft, get back to smashing life and just trying to forget about this crap, really. Sorry if this has offended anybody. Sorry to all the people that are actually suffering with cancer, people who have people that they're related to, or loved ones that have died or are dying or have cancer. Like, I'm so sorry that this might have brought up stuff like that. Like, I'm really sorry to any of her friends that I've done this, that you might think that you might think that this is out of order, but I literally don't care anymore. You guys might even buy into anything she's saying about feeling remorseful. If she was remorseful for any of her actions, she would have done something about it, but she's not, and she's out here telling people that I abused her. So sorry to her friends, sorry to her mum, sorry to her family, sorry to everybody. Like I said, I've not mentioned no names. I won't be. That's it. I'll leave it there. Love you all, people.